Okay. Now it's streaming to the right one? Why? I don't get it. Is this live? Okay, it is live, but it's streaming to the right channel now for some reason. Cool. Even though it said no scheduled lives. Fantastic. Love it. I love it. Are we there? Can you hear me? I have no idea. Zero idea if this is working. Stream Elements bot is running, it says, but I don't have a clue. Yeah, loud and clear. Okay, cool. It's streaming to the original one that I linked, right? That dude just went straight through a red light. I fucking hate YouTube so much. I hate it. It's just the worst. Baba Booey, what up? Yeah, the Prism app is like, oh, there's no scheduled lives. What are you doing? You can't go live. So I'm trying to figure it out. And then I start it, and it's just like, yeah, no, it's fine. You can go live. Okay. Okay. Like, yeah, I mean, Johnny Salami was on Kick, right? How'd that work out for him? But it's not that. It's this Prism app. It just said it had no scheduled lives. But then I hit live and I changed the title and thumbnail and everything, and it just went to the live that I had scheduled. So I'm not sure why. Let me get out my second phone so I can double check the directions. But we're literally just walking down to the coast, so actually I really don't need to do that. I would like to have one of these. One of these. Yeah, it's just streaming to the one I linked, even though I set up a whole second thing. A whole second thing. Literally, I was using the Prism app, and normally it has a section for either you start a new stream or you do a scheduled live. And so I scheduled it well in advance. And so normally you can just pick the scheduled live and then stream straight to that. And then I picked that, and it didn't show up. It says no scheduled lives. But that's not true. There's definitely a scheduled live. But no matter how many times I change the settings, it's like, nope, nope, nope. Also, check this out. I'll show you where we're going to walk. We are on the coast. Very cool. Coastal town. Very nice. So, I don't know. Make sure it's not heating up yet. Yeah. So, I did actually bring my second phone this time, so that if I get lost, I'll actually be able to check Google Maps. Get hit by a car as we're walking in. But there's a very cool peninsula thing. Yo, what up? Yo, what up? Glad everyone's back. Or at least mostly back. There's a cool peninsula thing out here that we're gonna go walk to. I'm not sure if the tide is up or down or whatever, but if the tide is down, you should be able to walk all the way out to the ocean. It'll take about an hour to walk down, so. The nice thing is all I have to do is walk towards the ocean and we'll be fine. And I don't even think I'll get arrested. Gonz asked what the BG3 plan is. I don't know. Wasn't there a bunch of like updates and stuff that we had to do? Also, I'm gonna get my second phone out just to make sure that I'm walking in the right way. 1 second. Careful of truck coon. True. But maybe I want to get e-cit guide. Did you ever think about that? What if I want to get e-cit guide? Johnny Somali got e-cit guide. He went straight to prison. Fucking wrecked. Imagine being that much of an asshole. Let's see. Do I have maps here? I don't think I have internet. Oh well. e-cit guide to prison. Yeah, so like, okay. To start the actual topic as we're walking, you have to be such an asshole. Such an asshole to get arrested in Japan. Well, to get arrested for what he got arrested for. There are ways to get arrested that are like fairly common. So sometimes, you know, the cops are just bored and they'll. Oh, you've heard of him? Okay, so Johnny Salami, or Johnny Somali as he called himself, was a very annoying live streamer who basically just walked around bothering people. So when I do streams, I try to like stay out of the way. It's like 6 a.m. So I'm doing streams when there's not a lot of people around. I don't focus on people's faces. I try to keep people out of the shot. You know, not bother people. Kind of try to be a nice guy. Wait, what is this? Oh, check it out. Vending machine. Vending machine break. Fishing vending machine. It's got bait. That's sick. Everything. You can get anything in a vending machine. You want to go fishing? Here's your fucking fishing vending machine. Look at that. Oh, hey. Phone is already flipping. There we go. Nice. So, yeah. Make sure this isn't falling apart. This is already heating up. How is that possible? Whatever. I will stop using this thing. If I burn this thing out, that will be very funny. But, yeah, this gimbal kind of sucks. I might need a new one. Maybe that's why it was cheap and used. But, like, he would just go around bothering people. So, you know, this thing is already, like, losing its juice. It's already burning up. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna turn it off. And call it. Nothing I can do about it. Yo, hello from work. I'm gonna have to take a stop for a second. Put this away. And also check the map to make sure I'm going the right way. Yeah, 1 second. Well, gotta put an ice pack on that gimbal. What I need to do is get a gimbal that doesn't suck, because I was using it for 10 minutes and it's already like extremely hot. So, 1 second. I'm gonna put you guys down for a second. Please hold. You can look at the sky. Oops. Oh my God. 1 second. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're heading the right way. We're heading the right way. Okay. See a hawk up there eyeing gondola? Yeah. Okay. So I just gotta keep walking straight here. Yeah, we're heading towards the Cape. Okay. Just get past this guy. Change sides. So yeah, basically, Johnny Somali, or Johnny Salami, was a very annoying streamer, if you can call him that, who basically just walked around is pretending that everyone was being racist to him, that kind of stuff. But what really got him in trouble was he walked into a construction site past the things that say you can't walk into this is a construction site. And people were wondering, like, why didn't he get arrested when he was doing a bunch of stuff before that? The answer is it humid? Oh, transmission is unstable. Let's see. You guys still there? Still good? Hello? Alright, I think we're good. Yeah, so basically we're back. Okay. Yeah, so, people are like, well, why didn't he get arrested to begin with? Because obviously what he was doing is very illegal, walking into stores, throwing stuff, being a general nuisance. The issue is that Japan is very, very, very letter of the law about everything. They're not, like, cops in America will be like, yeah, you're just being annoying. We don't really have anything to charge you with, so we'll just charge you with obstruction of justice or resisting or some nonsense like that, right? And then they'll just hold you, and then they'll decide, well, you're a dick. We want you to be arrested, so you're arrested. They really won't do that in Japan. They have to have a very concrete reason to arrest you. So Salami, while being a very stupid person, was pretty smart about how he was being an asshole. He was doing things that were kind of illegal, not super illegal, right? So everything he was doing was just like right on the line, except for when he walked into that construction site. I don't know why he thought he could get away with that, but that one was 100% illegal, right? The difference being also in Japan, right? You can, it takes a lot for you to get arrested, but if you do get arrested, you're done, right? You're done. In the States, they might, trespass you, tell you to leave. They'll be like, oh, you can't do that, blah, 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 that sort of thing, right? In Japan, if the cops are putting you in handcuffs, they're not letting you go. You're going to be in the prison or in the jail for minimum 30 days because of the way that the justice system here works, right? I gotta change arms. This is why I had a gimbal, but now it's not working. It's fun. So, they can hold you for 30 days, no trial, just basically, they'll talk to a judge, the judge will extend it, they'll say, we're questioning you, and then you basically have no rights. Yeah, 30 days. And they won't talk to anybody either. Like, they won't tell anyone where you are. They won't tell anybody, what happened to you. It's just you're in jail 30 days. So, the Japanese justice system has like a 99% conviction rate, but that's because they only bring cases that they know they can win. Yeah, the prisons are really, really shitty too. You do not want to go to Japanese prison. Like, the guards will beat you for looking at them wrong. You can only use Japanese. No English is allowed. If you want a translator, that's, you can get a translator if you don't speak Japanese. But if you try to talk to the guards in anything other than, or try to talk to like a visitor, oh, this is cool. In anything other than Japanese, you're done. They'll interrogate you every single day. Try to get you sign, confession. They'll withhold food and water. It's Asian prison isn't fun. It's not a happy place to be. You don't want to go to Japanese prison. And that's why a lot of people here or a lot of foreigners here are very on edge about that sort of thing. Like, you don't want to get caught doing something. Like, there are horror stories that people have said where they've been like, accused of shoplifting or something, and basically held for 30 days, no trial, no nothing. And so, what do you do in that situation? Even if you're found innocent eventually, there's nothing, you don't get anything back. If they hold you for 30 days, and then at the end they say, whoops, our bad. Well, it's still 30 days. So your job, what do you do about that? That kind of stuff is like, you're done. You probably lose your job. You can't. They want a written confession. They don't want, they don't want to go to trial. They just want you to sign a piece of paper that says, I did the thing, and then, get you to give up. So they don't really care if they hold you for 30 days and then nothing comes of it. So they'll just let you go and say, oops, we're bad, we're sorry, my bad, see ya. So in that sense, Johnny is very screwed. In another sense, he'll probably be fine. Because really all they've got him on is trespassing. And because all they have him on is trespassing, right? Because all they really have him on is trespassing, worst case is he's just going, or what's likely going to happen. I just gotta check where I'm walking here. Okay, I see where I am. Yeah, we're going the right way. I mean, I'm not a fan of cops either, but like, Japanese cops are kind of different than American cops. So what was I saying? Basically what's going to happen to him is he's going to have 30 days. He'll be in detention. I assume he might get out sooner than 30 days just because what he'll do is he'll sign a piece of paper that says, I was trespassing, I won't do it again. And then he'll get like, if I had to guess, he'll get like he'll get deported. He's going to get 2-year suspended sentence, I think. And then like a 5 to 10-year ban, if not a lifetime ban from Japan. So, like, he's people who are like, oh, he's going to rot in prison, doubt it. Japan really doesn't want to deal with that. They don't want to put a foreigner in prison. You generally only get foreigners serving time in Japan for like violent crime or drugs. If it's not those two, they're just going to deport you. And even with drugs, normally they'll just deport you. The only time you can get really sent to prison, also this isn't cool, is if you have intent to sell. If they get you with intent to sell, then you're screwed. Oh yeah, I mean, I've been hassled, for sure. Not so much now that I live in Kanagawa, because I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I don't think I've even really talked to the cops out here. But when I lived in Tokyo, I used to get stopped all the time. So like, it's hard to say how much they're going to like treat him like shit. Like, as much as you might want him to get beat up in prison, there is a certain level of, like it or not, he has some level of notoriety, right? So, because he's somewhat well-known, and famous, they don't want a lot of attention. So the last thing that they want is, a bunch of headlines like Johnny Salami gets beaten up in prison, that kind of stuff. They're gonna try to avoid that if possible. But for me, so like when I lived in Tokyo, let me think. The first time I was ever stopped by the police, I don't think I was ever stopped when I was a study abroad student. So my first year in Japan, I don't think I was ever stopped by the police. But that's because I didn't have a beard. I wasn't I wasn't in good shape. I just kind of looked like a nerd. So they very much do judge on appearances. Oh man, K-trucks, they're all over the place. So they judge on appearances 100%. If I walked around with my sunglasses on more, I would get stopped more. God, no, dude, Japanese prison doesn't work. Are you kidding? You don't want the Japanese quote-unquote justice system. Like, we could talk about that. I mean, the crime rate in Japan is very low to begin with, but their justice system is a joke. It's a 99% conviction rate. They just get you to sign a piece of paper, But that also means that there's plenty of stuff that they just won't bother to investigate because it's not likely to get a conviction, right? So, oh wow, that's a big hawk. Damn. Gotta make sure Gondola doesn't get snatched. But, shut up, Patch. But, so, if somebody says, oh, like, this guy's harassing me at work, or, some dude followed me home, or stuff like that, they won't investigate that. They don't care. The cops, if anything, they'll get on you for it. Because if, so like people have reported their bicycles being stolen or stuff like that. And the cops just go for the easiest conviction possible. Nah, they won't stop. Okay, so like the difference is they don't stop people who are very obviously tourists. When I'm walking around Japan, I don't look like a tourist. I don't have a big backpack. I don't walk around touristy areas doing touristy things. So from their perspective, I look like a suspicious person, So let me think. The first time I think I got stopped by the cops, I was in Ikebukuro and at 7 a.m. So I was wearing sunglasses, a tank top. Basically, what they'll do is you have to have your foreigner identification card on you at all times, and they can ask to see it. And you do have to show it to them. So, I show them my ID, and then what they do is they say, well, can I look in your bag? And that's when I say no. They don't like that. They also don't expect me to speak Japanese, which is very funny. they always use, I mean, they use a kind of broken English, ask you if you, do you speak Japanese kind of thing. And so they're like, oh, we need to look in your bag. And I said, no, we're not doing that. And they're like, no, 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 please, what they say is please cooperate. And in Japanese, linguistically, that is a request but not a demand. They can't demand to see inside your bag. And so I go, no, 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 we're not doing that. Sorry, I'm gonna go. And so what they'll do is they'll kind of like walk in front of you to try and get you to touch them or like push them out of the way, because then they can arrest you. So I just go, no, sorry, we're not doing that. Can't see in my bag. We're not playing this. Yeah, take all my homework. Not happening. But what I said at that point was, unless you have a reason, yeah, you can get that much fine, but I don't think they really do that. Basically, all you have to do is say, unless you have a reason, 根本的な理由, like, suspicion of a crime being committed, they have no right to look in your bag. That's how it works. They don't like that. They'll try and keep bothering you, but if you just keep saying no, they'll just fuck off eventually. And so, I mean, I went through that multiple times, right? Where, can we look in your bag? No. Can we look in your bag? No. You need to let us see your bag. No. Just multiple stops, because they mark foreigners as, oh, this guy's definitely selling drugs, right? He's for sure got to be selling drugs. Just because they think, oh, it's an easy mark. But if you don't, as long as you don't actually do something stupid, they won't arrest you. The other times, one was actually really funny, as I was on my way to my motorcycle classes at the train station, and sometimes they do random checks at the train station, and for some reason those random checks almost always involve checking foreigners. Wow, I'm really surprised. Right? And they were like, oh, you need to come to the station with us to have a chat. And I was like, I'm not doing that. And they're like, no, 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 you need to come. And I was like, sorry, I'm in a rush because I had to get to my class. And I actually just got on the train and the doors closed on them so they couldn't follow me, which was very funny. Check this out. Wow, that's a view. We're gonna keep walking down that way. Yeah, so it was very funny to watch the doors shut, the train doors shut, because they're not gonna get on the train with me. So the train doors shut, and I just kept going. Yeah, don't run from the police. That's the other thing. I'm pretty sure traffic tickets, if you run, like instantly go like up to a felony, and you don't want to do that, or like felony equivalent. Mail a tetrapod to you. There's a bunch of rocks. Could try and mail one of those to you. We're gonna try and go out that way, but this is a different route than the last time I was here, because before I drove all the way up to the Cape, but we're just gonna kind of wander. Yeah, there's been a kind of an uptick in people doing streams in Japan, and that's why they're getting kind of obnoxious about it, and I really dislike all of them. Like T-post. Oh no. I hope I didn't die. Okay. Stream didn't die? Okay. We're good. We're good. I accidentally tapped the screen. But, yeah, so there's like a bunch of people streaming in Japan now. And all they do is walk around Shibuya and Ikebukuro and like, look at me, I am drinking. Look at me, you did it. Crazy. Yeah, he's a fucking asshole. Johnny Somali is a fucking piece of shit, and I'm glad he got knocked the fuck out. I wouldn't have personally knocked him the fuck out, because that's the other thing. That's a good thing to bring up. Do not ever get in a fight. Ever. You know, you might think you have to have really, 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 and I mean really clear-cut self-defense to throw hands. If it's even slightly in question, and as a foreigner, to be honest, like, you don't want to throw hands, you can get brought up for fighting or charges on violence very easily. So, like, if somebody's harassing you and getting in your face, throw your ass in the slammer. What happened to the guy who knocked him out? As far as I know, he hasn't been identified, and that's a good thing. I doubt the cops would go after him, but if they were looking for an easy arrest, they might. But to be honest, like, Salami is such an asshole that they probably really don't care. Like, that guy just got away with it. And good for him, honestly. Those guys were getting up in his face like, oh, you're racist, you're racist. He clocked back, he gave him the battle cry. That's the thing. The best part is that he gave him the battle cry. He gave him the, yeah. And then the other dude is sitting there. Did you guys see that video? Like, dude gave him the wind up. And there's two of them, so there's two people filming. He knocks the first guy out, the second guy's just standing there looking, and then he knocks that guy out like they were waiting turns. It was great. And then literally people started clapping in the background. It's like I knocked him out and everybody clapped. Yeah, he pulled a one-punch man on him. It was fantastic. But yeah, they're really not helping the reputation of people who do live streams in Japan. I'm trying to be kind of chill about it, but it makes it hard because I would love to do more content where I talk to people and, you know, see what they're doing. You know, like if somebody's fishing, you know, go up and talk to them, see how their day is, because I actually speak Japanese, you know. But Ohayou gozaimasu. Ohayou gozaimasu. But because Johnny Salami had to be such an asshole to everybody, you know, it makes it very difficult. I don't want to bother people if they're having a nice time. Like, you don't want to be the guy who walks up to them and puts them on the spot. Like, Japan is a very reserved culture. So it's not like, you know, in the States you can kind of walk up to people and be like, hey, what up? In Japan, you're like walking into somebody's personal space and filming them, and they do not like that. And legally, you really can't do that either. Oh, there's a diving center around here. That's cool. Well, I don't think he's ruined it. Like, it's not impossible. Like, we got like 10 people in here. That's pretty good. Also, good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing good. Yeah, that's really nice. Right, that guy didn't have to go that far around me. We're gonna try and walk up, excuse me, walk up in there. And then if you keep going down, there's like rocks all through. And I should have internet this whole way. So we should be good. So yeah, it's like, trying to think if there were any other notable times that I ran into the cops. I really haven't had that many run-ins with them. It's just every time I actually spoke to the cops, because I speak really good Japanese, they were always kind of put off from the fact that, okay, I'm running out of space here, put off from the fact that, like, I wouldn't just go along with what they said. Like, that's one thing. They very much expect you to comply, even if the requests they're making are completely illegal. You know, they don't have a right to search your belongings. They don't have a right to have you come with them to the station. It's just not something that they can do. But they'll ask you to do it anyway. And most people will comply. I think the funniest one was I was walking around. I was probably being a bit of a dick to them, but I don't really care. I was walking around, let me think, Ikebukuro, because I was actually out buying manga. Very, hardcore gangster type activity. And this, like, one young cop and one older cop, very clearly, like, one of them was in training, come up to me and they're like, excuse me, can we see your bag? And I'm like, no, can't, here's my ID, you can't see in my bag. And they're like, no, you have to show your bag. And so this is all in Japanese, of course. And so once, this is the only time they like started getting physical with me, where they're kind of like standing in front of where I am. So if I'm here, they're like right here, and kind of like, puffing their chest out, kind of walking, in front of me, kind of like trying to get me to stop so I'd like walk into them. So I'm kind of dodging around and, just continuing on where I'm going. But they kept getting in front of me. And so at that point I was getting annoyed. And so I started using really, really polite Japanese. So if you get polite enough, it starts to be rude. Where you're being so overly polite, you're kind of like shaming them, right? I won't show them on my bag on principle. They don't have a right to do it. If people don't, take a stand and say no, then they'll just get away with everything, right? It's like, oh, you have nothing to hide. Well, no, they have nothing to look for. It's not my responsibility. Also, kitty. Oh, and there's a cat. おはようございます。このまっすぐ歩くと、なんか、行けます？その、でかい石とか。行けます？あ、そうです。はい。行けば、ただですけど。ありがとうございます。Just asking that guy if I'm actually on the right route. He had a cat with him. I can't show you the cat. The cat's sleeping on his chair behind him. I don't know if you can see that. Good kitty. So they're kind of like getting up in my face. And so at that point, I took out my Waseda student ID. And Waseda is a very nice school. They very clearly did not expect me to be going to Waseda. Make sure I'm not getting run over here. Right? So I show them my student ID and I'm like, yeah, I go to Waseda. Are you really going to like profile me? And they're like, whoa, no, we're not profiling you. And I was like, well, look at all these other people around here. Very clearly, like it's Ikebukuro. There's seedy people everywhere. And they're like, why didn't you talk to any of those guys? Like, oh no. It's just that's not how it is. Because they very clearly picked me out for being the only foreigner there. And after that, I just kind of kept walking forward, and they gave up because this whole interaction was in Japanese. I mean, that's pretty much the way you have to deal with them. Like, what is your reason for stopping me? Do you have probable cause for asking to search my belongings? If not, I'm going to keep walking. As long as you don't touch them, you'll be fine. Stream's frozen. How about now? I still have internet. Working? Might just be you. It's good. I'm trying to think of. Yeah, do you guys have any other questions about legal stuff in Japan? I'd be happy to answer, especially if you're planning on visiting. Let me see. We're kind of in the woods now. We're also hiking up. Trying not to get run over. I think it's okay. I might have to plug in my power here, but I think we're okay. It's a good morning hike. Don't trespass. That's a big one. Don't walk into places that say don't walk in here. Pretty much everything is marked in English now too, so there's really no excuse. Clothes. Oh yeah, don't carry a knife at all anywhere ever. Even if it's a Leatherman. Like, you're not... The law on carrying a knife is very vague. So, theoretically, any knife could be counted as a weapon. Also, check this out. That's cool. So yeah, don't bring a Leatherman, don't bring a pocket knife, don't... Like, even if you buy a kitchen knife and you're walking it home from the store, technically, very technically, that could be considered illegal. It's one of those things that they have a very wide level of interpretation on. So you just don't want to get caught with a knife under any circumstances. No katanas, yeah. You really won't get stopped for clothes. Like, to be honest, people dress a lot more modestly here than they do in the States, just as a general rule. How will you get it home? You keep it in your bag and make sure nobody sees it. It's one of those things that's like, it's so vague and up to interpretation that they really just catch people, they use it as an excuse, right? So it's like, oh, you have a knife, but you're clearly walking it home because it's a kitchen knife, we don't care. Oh, you have a knife and we don't know, now we care. Or we want to stop you, now we care. That's kind of how it works. I'm surprised my signal is still strong because we're in the middle of nowhere, like random road. Yeah, I've heard of Sora the Troll. He's, doesn't he do a lot of, what's it called? Like VTuber stuff? Oh yeah, I mean, shooting is, technically you can get a rifle and shotgun license, but it's a huge pain. So like, I looked into it. What are the gun laws here are insanely strict. Insanely strict. So if you want to, you can get a shotgun. I think it takes like 12 months at least. You have to take a special course. You have to sign a piece of paper that, oh hold on, car coming. That lets the cops come into your house at any time without any sort of reason, warrant, whatever. You have to allow them, you have to have a separately installed, separately locked gun safe with a separately installed, separately locked ammo safe. And hold on, we're getting to, look, we're almost there. Mitsuishi Kasajima, that's where we're going. About a kilometer. We walked about 3 kilometers from Manazuru station. And you have to have all of that. Then you have to pass a big long test about shooting. Then, once you pass all of that, then you can buy a shotgun, and a single shotgun is like, it's like $4,000 or something. It's ridiculous. So you could, but it's not worth it. The funny thing is they have a big problem with like deer and pests and boar that they would like people to deal with, but they make getting a shotgun and hunting on your own property almost impossible. So what are you going to do? And even the thing is, here's my hot take. Even with all of those gun laws, all of those ridiculous restrictions, Abe still got shot. It didn't help anything. The president, the prime minister was assassinated, right? So what did all those gun laws do? It's a societal thing, it's not an access to guns thing. You could give Japan the same level of firearms as the United States, and I think they would have no problems. Right? I think it's purely a cultural thing. That's my hot take. Japanese culture plus guns would be no problem. Now, I would never actually try to get a gun in Japan, obviously, because I like living here and I don't want to get arrested. So I am stating unequivocally, for the record, no guns, no plans, no nothing. Not even joking around, because I know I'm on stream and it's live and recorded. No plans. But I do think Japan would be fine with different firearms laws. Totally fine. No problems. You can't even use like a bow and arrow, like crossbows or anything like that, to go hunting. It's ridiculous. Considering that boar and deer are so good too, like they're delicious. You can't hunt them. Did you guys see that McDonald's commercial that went viral? I was on Twitter. Pippa's chat blew up on her for it, which was very funny. That was a flashbang. Deer liver? Oh, dude, I can't do liver. I don't like it at all. Hold on, chat just scrolled a bunch. Another car. Dude, I don't go in for organ meats. Yeah, no bows. That McDonald's commercial that was like a flashbang, man. That hit people. Wait a second. You can have comfy, wholesome advertising that's not pushing a social message? What? Crazy. But the annoying thing is, it's just a comfy advertisement, and the first thing everybody did was, let's make this political. Real fast, let's do that. Wholesome family enjoying a peaceful moment at McDonald's. Cute wife. That should scroll like crazy in a second though. Anti-5G trees, fucking true. Dude, don't ask questions like that, man. Don't be weird. I'm trying to keep my live stream and my weeb activities somewhat separate. Somewhat. So, you know, come on now. Somewhat separate. Oh, come on. I swear. I checked the map. I checked the 4G map. You lied to me. Nah, it's cool, dude. You're fine. Just, you know, I don't want that to be the entire, like, the whole topic of all these streams. You know what I'm saying? Now, me, you're good. Because if we did that, that's all I would talk about every single stream. So avoid that. All right. We're almost to a really good vantage point. I'm hesitant to walk down to the rocks though, because I keep losing signal. Again, we lost signal. I'm gonna have to do so much cellular bonding. Fuck. We're back. Revenge of the buffer. All right. I know for a fact I have 4G here. Live streaming. All right, we're back again. We're back. We are so... Well, this is what I wanted to get out to, so check this. This view. I really hope I'm not buffering right now. Okay, we're good. It's so clear out today too. Wow. Oh, there we go. You can see. Looks like right now the tide is at a point where I can't actually walk out to those rocks though. Unfortunately. They're definitely cut off. We're back. I don't know. I'll ask this person to see if we can actually get out there. But it's really nice. Ohayou gozaimasu. すいません。実は三石行こうと思ってるんですけど、今はなんか行けますか？下までは行けます。ただ今潮が満ちてきちゃってるから。ああ、もう行けないっていう感じ。もうちょっと早かったら。ああ、そっか。ありがとうございます。Just throw you guys to them? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just asked her and she said you could get down to the bottom, but you won't be able to actually get out to the rocks. What do you want to do? Let's walk. I'm in my Fuji training arc. We'll walk down to the bottom. It said I had 4G down there, but I don't have it. I do not have 4G. Get those steps in? Yeah. Unfortunately. It just cuts out. I'll take you guys on a nice swing ride. There's a swing here. And it'll just be like back in middle school, elementary school. Also check out the dog. Signal lost, my beloved. Signal lost, my beloved. I swear to God. I checked the 4G map, it was solid the whole way here. I checked the 4G map. The buffering. Okay. Well, I'll give you guys a nice shot of the Cape. The waves. One day I'll have stable internet connections to the whole time. One day. One day. Make sure chat scrolled. So you guys didn't get to see Gondola on the swing set, probably? Yeah, probably not. So let's see. How do we end? To zoom in to see the real small patches of bad reception. I did! I zoomed in! I checked it! I was like really zoomed in. There's like 3 by 3 meter sections of just bad reception. Go even further. There we go. We're not done. We're not done. We're not done yet. Transmission's gone. Okay, if I stand right here, it works. Right here. So, conclusion of the stream. Very beautiful location. Fantastic. Thanks for joining. We talked about Johnny Salami, who is rotting in prison, which is very funny. Laugh at him. Haha. Get wrecked, idiot. I'm continuing to stream. Look, I'm doing it. I didn't even get arrested. Not even once. I didn't even get arrested once. That's Japan Day Tripper Michael 1, Johnny Salami 0. Get wrecked. Owned. Idiot. Dumbass. So, tune in for the next one. It's going to be the same time next week. We'll talk about something else. I will try to find a location that has better reception, and I'll continue to do that. I'm also going to try and get better stuff. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you later. Thanks for jumping in. And I'll upload the whole VOD to the YouTube channel so you can watch it without buffering because it saves to my phone. Peace out.